All right, welcome. This video, we will talk about how to make yourself, well, pants or a pants pattern. Let me just say one thing up front. We are, as human beings, pretty squishy. Even those of you who are a lot more slender than I am are pretty squishy. So don't fret whether you've got it correct to like every quarter inch. I'm going to show you my way of creating the pants pattern and making pants. And it works really well for all sorts of trousers, whether they are fairly fit or quite wide. When in doubt, err on the side of making the pants bigger than you think, because you can always take them in, but you can't always relax them out. All right, so the first thing you need is a pair of pants. A pair of pants that fits you fairly well. Put them on, make sure that they still fit you fairly well, that you're happy with the way that they move on your body. My cat Pike will probably be making a cameo or several cameos into this video because he loves when I'm working with cloth or paper, and here we are working with both. Anyway, so you have the pants. Grab a measuring tape, which I had until I think Pike played with it too much. Pardon me. There it is. Yep, knocked it onto the chair. All right, grab a measuring tape and measure yourself around your widest diameter, which is usually right across your butt. It's probably best if you do it wearing whatever undergarments you wear with your trousers, but this is a family show, so I kept my pants on. So you want to measure around there. Take that measurement and write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper. Now, take your pants and lay them down. Lay them down so that they are as flat as can be. Pants are rounded here in the crotch area, so it's kind of hard to get them completely flat, but what you want is the line that runs through the crotch to be flat. Measure across that and multiply by 2. So in this case, with these trousers, it's 23, multiplied by 2 is 46. Compare that to the measurement that you just got on your body. Chances are the pants are a little smaller than what you measured. What gives? Well, what gives literally is the pants. Most modern trousers, even jeans, have a little bit of stretch in them. It makes them more comfortable. Possibly also makes you feel better about the size, but let's give the designers credit. It does make them more comfortable. So write that number down as well. So how big were the trousers? So these were 23 times 2 is 46. So write down your number and write down the size that you got from the pants. We will use those numbers later. Okay, now comes the magic part. I assure you, this step is what you need in order to make a pants pattern. First, turn the pants inside out. This is so that later, when we are drawing around the pants, if you accidentally mark the pants, it's on the inside. Okay, so now the pants are inside out. Now, take your hand and one pant leg. There we go. And what you're gonna do is you're going to turn that back inside out. So yes, it looks like it's the right way. Okay, keep it on there. Take the other pant leg and shove this pant leg into the other pant leg. Hello. There we go. I've got both ankles here. Now you kind of do the shimmy, shimmy, shake with the whole pants. Grab them in the middle of the crotch and do the shimmy, 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 shake. And congrats! That is the hard part of making this pattern. So if you lay them down, you should get, there we go. You should get a shape kind of like this. You've got a leg, you've got a crotch, you've got a shallow curve that's shorter than the deeper curve. This deeper one is where your butt goes. See there? The shallow one is where your tummy goes. The reason why the back one is longer is because the pants need to get up and over your butt, and it's a longer way. So this funny shape is right. It will be more exaggerated on larger trousers, less exaggerated on trousers for skinnier female type trousers, and also on most male type trousers. Okay, so now take that weird shape, and honestly, this line won't be perfectly straight. That's okay. We're gonna pretend that it's straight. So if I was to, this is what I'm gonna make my pattern out of. It's just paper that I folded in half. This could even be fabric, that's okay. So this is the fold. If I was to lay them right at the fold, I'd say that's about right. See, it's approximately a straight line. But you don't lay them down right at the fold unless when you measured yourself, you were either the same size as or smaller than the trousers. But since most of us will come out a little bit bigger than the trousers, take those two numbers, so your measurement, which is bigger than the trousers measurement, subtract them and divide by 4. Don't get too complicated. Round up. So for example, if the difference was 6 inches, 6 divided by 4 is, well, it's 1, there's a 4 and a bit. Just round it up to 2. Okay, round up. So if that was the case, you're gonna now move these pants this way by 2 inches. There we go, 2 inches. Now, think about what kind of pants you want. Do you want pants that fit you just like the ones that you are wearing? In which case, leave them here. Do you want pants that are a little bit loose? Maybe move them another inch. Do you want big poofy pants like what we see in the SCA as Middle Eastern or even Viking type pants? Move them a further 4 inches. Or if you don't have 4 inches, as far as you can. Now, let's draw out the pattern. Another Pike present. In our minds, we pretend that the pants go all the way. We only want an inch around everywhere that the pants have a seam. Can the camera come and look from above? So we only want an inch there. But at the bottom and at the top, we would like more than that, 2 inches or even more. So as the pants are there, I'm going to give myself an extra 2 inches and go all the way to the end. Now the hard part, sorry, there's my extra inch there. The hard part is what we do at the top because of the zigzag, sorry, this little jag. Well, we're gonna do the same thing, 2 inches above and 2 inches above, and keep that jag. All right, so now I cut them out. When you unfold it, you end up with a pretty strange looking thing up at the top. That's because we have now traced basically both the front and the back, all on both sides. We want one side to be the front and one side to be the back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the back by taking this line and making that deeper curve. And on the other side, we are going to take the front curve and then go up. Ideally, you will go up from here all the way to the other end. Like that. And cut that out. So right now I'm cutting the deeper curve, which means I'm cutting the butt. And then I cut the top in order to slant it towards the front. And that is your pants pattern. This is one leg. So cut out a second leg. When you've got them all cut out, you put them on together like this, good sides facing each other. And the first thing you do is you sew the crotches. So you sew the tum. Oh, sorry, this is the bum. You sew the bum and you sew the tum. You sew them together. Then you pick it up and you kind of refold it until it looks like pants. It'll be like this, and you've got one leg and you've got the other leg. But at this point, the legs aren't sewn, so you sew the legs. I suggest start from the crotch and work your way down so that if you didn't cut the fabric exactly right, you can always fix it later. And now you've got a pair of workable pants. Put them on. Remember those 2 inches we left at the top and bottom? That's where it comes in handy to maybe fold it over and sew so that you have a place to run a string or even elastic at the waist and at the ankles. All done.